Before we're talking about ICS, we need to talk about the pass and I mean pass and whatever it is says. So we need to talk about these two terms. So before because so you need to understand what is pass and you need to understand what is SAS, so that you can start working on ICS. So pass is nothing but it's a platform as a service. So like everyone has like started. I mean Oracle has recently entered into the cloud. Recently means in 2015, I guess. So earlier Delbum is there and even some other technologies already entered the cloud. But Oracle has entered very recently. I mean, not very recently, 2015, and that is the reason now when compared to other technologies, so ICS is like subscription price is very less when compared to other. So if you're talking about ICS size, that's okay. But when compared to other technology, ICS is subscription price is very less because Oracle is trying to improve their market. So and so terminology wise, pass is nothing but platform as a service. They're going to provide one platform. Just we can go and subscribe and use it. We don't need to worry. We don't worry about any environments like hardware configuration. Uh, Maybe it's like RAM, whatever it is. Gopal, can you go to mute? If you don't
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, I just got disconnected, joined back. One
Uh,
question, the subscription model, can you give us some idea what is it connection based or is it number of integrations or is it
mm,
like yeah,
yes, I'll do that. I mean, I haven't started about ICS. Just started about PASS and SAS. So let me come to that point after
okay,
some time.
okay,
Okay.
okay, got it.
So for your answer, for the simple side, you have to subscribe.
So,
Sorry.
Pri, I'm sorry, just to disturb you. Sorry to disturb you. Uh, Please mute rest of the people. Please mute. There is a lot of background noise. Thank you.
Okay.
Pri, you can continue.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Uh, so when you talk about PASS, right? PASS is nothing but like I think Gopal, you have idea about the server, right? So Oracle has entered into the PASS in server CS. That's nothing but cloud environment. So there is a server CS is there, ICS is there, OIC is there, Autonomous Oracle Autonomous Integration Cloud is there, Oracle Process Cloud is there. These are all come into as like PaaS. So platform as a service. So we don't have. I mean, for platform as a service means we have a platform. So we are going to build one application inside that and to integrate with SaaS products. So this is not a software. This is a platform. It's like a web-based tool. Like you can just subscribe and use it. That. So when coming to the SaaS means that's a software as a service. So Oracle is I mean not only Oracle. So if you're talking about SaaS providers, so they're providing software as a service to use it. So if you're talking about Oracle Financial Cloud, nothing but in terminology wise, if you in Oracle ERP, so this split it into Oracle Financial Cloud, Oracle HCM Cloud, Oracle Business Intelligence Cloud. These are all come under as SaaS products, even Service Cloud also. So this is the difference between the PaaS and SaaS. So if you wanted to use anything like PaaS or SaaS, you need to subscribe these both the things separately. So based on the requirement, you need to subscribe. Let's say if you have any requirement for the Java Cloud Service, so you have to subscribe for the Java Cloud Service. So if you have any requirement for the Java Cloud Service, I'm talking about Oracle's wise. So if you like a Java service, like Oracle, maybe Java, I mean JCS or something is there. So you need to subscribe that. And if you want for any DB thing, so like a Oracle DB, if you wanted to subscribe for any Cloud DB, so there is a DBCS is there. So likewise, you need to subscribe based on your requirement. So ICS, so if when coming to ICS, so there is an integration cloud. ICS is nothing but integration cloud service. If you wanted to use, so there is a subscription model is there. There are two different kinds of subscription, as a standard and enterprise models are there. So you need to subscribe in order to use the ICS. So this is like not connection wise. So if you subscribe the integration cloud service, so they'll be giving say by default 4 connections or 3 connections, something kind of like based on the like subscription model. So if you're using more than that connection, if you're using any connections more than that, then you have to pay again. They're charging more for that. So ideally, by default, when you subscribe, they'll be giving by default 4 or 5 connections. So based on that, like if you need any more connections, again you have to pay more. That's the model as of now. Okay. And another thing is like see, this is entirely cloud. Earlier, like if you're talking about on-premise environment, you will be having an access to like most of the things. Like let's say when you're talking about messaging cloud, I mean if it is sorry, not cloud, on-premise, right? Messaging, I mean messaging service or maybe database. You need to have a separate. Those are all coming and as like one rack. So but when you're talking about cloud, so if you're subscribing anything, like you have to separate subscription is required. Earlier, like in on-premise environment, when you go for server, then you the automatically will coming database and even Java messaging service. JMS, nothing but JMS. So everything will be coming. But now if it's now the Oracle has entered into cloud, and so they have designed like if you wanted to if you wanted to use anything, you have to subscribe. So without subscription, we cannot use. ICS just is a platform to integrate SaaS projects or to integrate on-premise to cloud. So either to integrate cloud to cloud. So ICS is just like a what we call is in just one tool to connect these applications. So without having an end systems, we cannot do anything. So end systems, like end systems nothing but it's a SaaS. So I already explained what is SaaS, right? So let's say for understanding purpose, when we are talking about SaaS, we'll talk about Oracle Financial Cloud, Oracle Business Intelligence Cloud. Maybe these are the SaaS products. If you wanted to use this ICS tool to integrate two systems, these two systems definitely will be having a subscription is required. Otherwise, you cannot do anything. Just like ICS is just one tool, it requires a subscription to interact with other systems also as well. Okay, so that is the reason we cannot give any demo on other systems because we don't have any subscription. Okay, and also it requires some knowledge on other systems, like if you're integrating with Oracle Financial Cloud. So for other like you both guys knows about Oracle ERP, right? So other modules like auto invoice, account receivables, account payables, right? So because developer need to have an idea about what is account receivables, account payables to configure in Oracle Financial Cloud to integrate using ICS. The thing is like
Yes, Srikanth. I totally understand what you're saying, and the
yeah,
difference between PaaS and SaaS, all that is clear. Thank you.
yeah. I think when you come to online, when you turn on the speak, mic, automatically a lot of noise is coming.
Yeah, that's why I'm going on mute because I'm in a soccer field.
Okay,
But yeah, I'm following. So, but it's clear. I understand like the
yeah.
HCM and financials. In fact, I am trying to work on the AR modules, cash receipts and all that. There are some inbound and outbound integrations.
Yeah,
But yeah, please go ahead.
yeah. So, so what is ICS? And now when coming to the ICS, ICS just is a tool. It's integrated between the cloud applications or cloud to on-premise applications. Even if you're talking about whether can we use ICS is only to integrate with on-premise applications. So yes, we can use for to integrate the on-premise applications using the agent. But when you're talking about when you see the Oracle documentation, they clearly mention that ICS is meant for the cloud to cloud integration, cloud to on-premise integrations. It's not meant to for on-premise to on-premise integration, because it's a integration cloud service, right? So if it's for on-premise environment, definitely they will be have different kind of models. Are different models are like server is there, server on-premise model is there. So first of all, before going to that, why do we need cloud? And because why can't we go for on-premise environment? What is on-premise environment? So on-premise environment is nothing but like we'll be having a data center wise is a different. So on-premise, when you're talking about cloud on-premise, the on-premise, let's say my client is having a requirement saying that my data center should be there in my location. Okay, so let's say if you're talking about GE client, So the GE's client, they're saying that, okay, I want my data center should be there in this location. I don't want to subscribe any, I mean, my data center should not be there in different locations. So that's what they have a requirement like that. So for that, they have to provision environment like maybe VM and all that. They have to provision separate environment size. They have to provision on all the things and install and maintenance. Everything will be there on-premise environment. Okay, so this maintenance cost will be very high. Like we need an administrator and everything we need for everything like installation, maintenance, and even in case of any performance issues there, we have to take care about all the things. So manually have to take care about, like when you're like subscribing on premise thing, manually we have to we have to enhance and all the things based on the requirement. So when you're coming to the cloud, you don't need anything. So just like go and subscribe. So based on your requirement, just subscribe it. And now I mean, whatever it is, like vendor like Oracle or whatever, MuleSoft, whatever it is, they're going to provide readily available environment. So you don't need to bother about any environment setup and all the things, RAM, whatever it is, performance issues. You don't need to worry about all the things. Just Oracle. So let's say if you're talking about Oracle Cloud, right? So Oracle is providing entire environment setup and everything, so that you don't need to worry about it. You don't need any administration for that. So that's what, like, if there's an install, no installation, no configuration, no hardware compatibility. So hardware compatibility, like, so let's say if you're, I mean, I think when you were working on on-premise environment, like the RAM should be high. It could be like maybe 10 GB or maybe 50 GB. It could be like you have such requirements are there when you're installing any products, like, so like prerequisites, or like they have to satisfy the prerequisites, right? When you are installing any products, prerequisites should be satisfied. So but when you're talking about cloud, you don't need to worry about anything. Just what you need is one browser, okay, to access it. If you're talking about SaaS projects, Oracle Financial Cloud, Oracle HCM Cloud. So when you subscribe, you'll be having a URL. So just use it, access using that URL. Like that, when you're talking about ICS, when you subscribe, they will be having a separate URL. So just go and use that. Just log in I mean, you'll be having a credentials. Just log in that and access it. That's it. So like you don't need anything installation. That's like beauty part of this. And the bad part is also sometimes network issues. I mean, if the network connectivity is I mean, if the network is bad, then you'll be having a terrible experience. Okay, but the thing is, like, trust me, I mean, we didn't face much like a network thing. So only until and unless, like, maybe if your internet is slow, then only some performances will come. Otherwise, if you're working in office or if you're working having good bandwidth of internet, then you don't need to worry about, like, connectivity wise and performance wise. You don't need to worry about it. Earlier I used to get some kind of performance, even my network bandwidth was like very good. But now I told you, right, I started working on 16 version. Now the current version is 18.3. They have enhanced the entire ICS product, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay. So coming to this ICS, the beauty part is no installation is required, no configuration, no hardware compatibility. You don't need to worry about anything. See, this is just a web-based tool, can access on the browser. Okay, and if you wanted to use this ICS environment, so you need to have a subscription. And if in case if you don't have any access to ICS environment, so you need to go and subscribe this trial version. So, but the thing is, like, when you subscribe the trial version, earlier. They used to give the subscription, for the trial version subscription, they used to give in couple of hours, like maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. But now they're not giving immediately. It is taking time. Maybe it's like weeks. It's taking time. I mean, like 1 or 2 weeks time to get an access trial version. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the demand or something. Okay, because of maintenance and all the things. Maybe they have to take it, right. Maybe I'm not sure of that. As of now, like, even for the training session also, I have subscribed the trial version, but I didn't get any reply back from the Oracle saying that, like, this is your environment, but I didn't get. So I'm waiting for that to give the just like hands-on, like, to start the sessions on ICS. Okay, and built-in security. So when you're talking about built-in security, it's a first of all, we need to talk about data center wise also. This is like uh, when you're talking about built-in security, there is like option is there. So when only certain users only can access, let's say users and roles are there. Let's say some XYZ user is there. This XYZ user can access only certain part. He cannot he or she cannot activate or deactivate integrations. Okay, that's one thing. And only the registered, I mean only the maybe it's like certain users only can download the logs and see the error messages and all the things. Let's say when you're integrating with the Oracle Financial Cloud, so that the data is like it's like very sensitive data will be there. So at that time, like in case if someone is accessing the data using the logs, then it's like there will be no security, right? So if you don't want to, like if you don't want to log any kind of data flow, so just like disable the logging mechanism in ICS. Okay, so that like data will not be logged in the logs, so that like no one can see the data. Okay, and even like when you're integrating like two systems, like maybe on-premise to cloud, you don't need to worry about like database, I mean sensitive data, right? When you're transferring sensitive data from one system to another system, you don't need to worry about like security wise. So everything will be secured. And even when you compare to data centers, like I mean it's a cloud means like maybe the data centers is there in different locations. Let's say when you're talking about integration cloud service, we don't have any data center in India. I mean earlier the Oracle told that they don't have any data center in India. So it's like the data centers are available in different countries like Europe, maybe UK or US, whatever like data centers are available. So let's say when you're talking about like government projects, so this integration cloud service is like using by government clients also. So when government clients are like secure clients when using ICS, then they have raised a question saying that what about the data like with store when I mean some we are saying that when we disable the logs also, some kind of sensitive data information will be shared in the logs. But the thing is this kind of when we asked about the security wise, they told that even Oracle development team or Oracle whatever it is support team, they don't have access to particular data center until unless they have some training and I mean what we call designation about like they will be assigned some certified support team. Only they only having access but the particular data center to access the logs and all the things. They told so you don't have to worry about anything about the data security. Okay, and this is like the powerful platform, like I mean when you're talking about SaaS, I mean SaaS integration, like if Oracle Financial Cloud, maybe Oracle Sales Cloud or Service Salesforce, or maybe Concur, SAP Concur. When you're talking about, we do have a separate things over CS. But the thing is, why ICC is popular means it has readily available adapters are there. You don't need to worry about like building thing manually. Just we have adapter, just create a connection and use it. Okay, so when you're talking about server cloud service, we don't have such feature. Like we have a feature, uh, it has like 2 or 3 adapters are the cloud adapters are there. But when you're talking about ICS, it has 50 adapters are there. So to connect on-premise environment, to connect a cloud environment, even to connect with like FTP, no FTP, and file adapters also there, and JMS also there. So readily available adapters are there, so you don't need to worry about anything. Just like create a connection and use it. That's it. In case what maybe in case if the adapters are not there, then what is the question? May they have given some documentation to create your own adapter? That's like again. This is not gonna use for me. This they given a future, you can build a new adapter also. So but you need to build a adapter and you need to raise an SR for that, and the Oracle people come and will approve for that. That's a different story. So but as of now, maybe 50 plus adapters are there. I hope it's enough. Even they have given adapter for SAP Concur also to integrate. uh, sin, yeah. When coming to the benefits of ICS, so when you subscribe, there is an option is there pre-built integrations. Pre-integrated SaaS and PaaS automation means pre-integrated SaaS means let's say I have a requirement is there, sales cloud data have to I have to send that Sales Cloud data to Service Cloud. Okay, this integration is like maybe they will what they are saying that, so let's say some clients is having the same requirement. Okay, why do you want to build the same requirement? I mean, you just go and subscribe the integrations. So if the, I mean, if it is matching for 90% or even so little bit of change is required, maybe you can go and subscribe it and use it. Those integrations readily available. So if you are integrating for Oracle Sales Cloud to Oracle Service Cloud, then just subscribe it and use it. So you don't need to worry about the mapping and all the things. So readily, I mean, I don't have an idea what are the like available pre-integrated SaaS integrations. I don't know, because it's like you need to ask Oracle team. So what are the integrations that are available? So to subscribe it. So we have built all the integrations scratch only. So we didn't subscribe anything. Okay. So, but if you have any such requirement, just check with Oracle saying that, okay, do you have any readily available integrations to use it? So if your requirement is matching, so you can go and subscribe it. That's it. And you don't need to what is that? You don't need to like develop anything. Just you need to have some minor mapping changes based on your requirement and just use it, and just deactivate and activate and use it. That's it. Okay. And pass auto association. So let's say when you're talking about like pass integration, so uh, so let's say pass to SaaS integration, when you're doing that, so there is an auto mapping facility is also there. Like let's say someone is like already someone has already done the map, I mean this kind of what is that integration. So some mapping, let's say when you're doing the transformation, when you're doing in the transformation, so you'll be having some feel like helplines, like okay, so auto mapping is there. So if you want to do that, you can do that. So if any suggestions if Oracle suggested any mapping, then automatically will come. In case if the auto suggestion is not there, then it will not come. Okay. And customize and activate, it's for like, when you're building. And so I think you might have seen the integration screen, right? In that they will be having activate and deactivate integrations. So like let's say in case if you subscribe any pre-integrated SaaS product integrations, then just take the IR file and just deploy it. And customize means like according to your requirement, just enhance the enhance the code and just activate it and use it. That's it. And so when you're talking about rapid and fully automated provisioning means, let's say I have a data. So let's say there is a casework system is there. That's a casework is on-premise environment. So this will be having like account receivables and account payables data. Uh, so they go and they're giving the data. They wanted to integrate this data into the Oracle Financial Cloud, account receivables or account payables. Let's say, think about it, like in case ICS is not there, so what they will do, so they have to convert this data into Oracle Financial Cloud requirement format. And also they have to look up the some data like they have to look up some data to integrate with Oracle Financial Cloud. So everything will be manual, right? So when coming to the ICS, like when you design such application in ICS, like integrating the casework system to the what is that Oracle Financial Cloud, one of the major account receivables. So let's say if you design one application, so in that, like what based on your requirement, if you like if your requirement business identifier have to take from the lookup, and so some field values are like you have to map, right? Some xyz to pqr, like you have to map these map fields, right? So you have to understand the requirement, and you have to build one application and just activate it, and after the schedule integration. Okay, whenever data flow starts from the casework, this data flow automatically will be integrated into the Oracle Financial Cloud. That's nothing but rapid and fully automated provisioning. Okay, and one more thing is like I have to talk about like so let's say uh, cloud, right? Like in it's like I started working 16 version. Now let's say 16 version, they have enhanced one feature. Okay, and they wanted to add this patch to the Oracle ICS environment. So when they install any patch, now the version will change to 16.1 like that. So let's say now version is 18.3, right? If they enhance this product, like maybe if adding any additional feature, maybe fixing any bug, next version will be 18.4 like that. So the thing is like you don't need to worry. Like suppose when you are like talking about like Oracle apps or whatever it is, like earlier on-premise environment, if you wanted to install any patch, again a lot of procedure will be there. Like for that, again you have to install the patch in your own environment, right? So for this, you don't need to worry about anything to installation of patches and everything. So everything will be automated. So the thing is like you will be getting an email. You means the administrator will be getting an email saying that okay, we are going to install the patch for this and XYZ reason. Okay. If required, just send the pod ID. Pod ID means nothing but subscription ID. Okay. So then automatically the patch will be installed in on your like pod environment. Pod nothing but when you talk it's technology from Oracle side. Okay, so you don't need to worry about like any patches. So administration will be getting an email. So if you say yes, then they will go and install the patch automatic. This is like a scheduler model. Okay, this is simplify. This is common, I have already explained. Yeah. This is like I wanted to talk about the monitor dashboards. It has a beautiful screen, like the monitor screen is there, where you can see the flow of the data, not flow of the data. It's kind of like successful integrations and failure integrations, how many requests came and how many requests are successfully completed, how many requests have failed, and how many integrations has been activated and how many integrations has like deactivated. And even it has like one bar, one way what we call the percentage of success and all the things. It has like one beauty is there, like you can see like you can track the instances also, you can track the error messages, you can download the logs. It has a like entirely user friendly screen. Okay, even non-technical person can understand by looking that screen. Okay, I mean apart from the when you're talking about ICS development screen, you will be having multiple things, connections, integrations, blah blah, and finally monitor screen will be there. So in the monitor screen, so you'll be having a lot of features. Then you can understand when I will explain in detail when I'm trying to explain the monitor screen part. Okay. Okay. This is also first point I also explained, that. So let's say someone has already did the integration. So they have entered the market in 2015, right? So someone has already designed some such of like integrations, like when you're talking about right now the thing but Service Cloud. When you're doing contacts in the Service Cloud. Okay, you need to have some mapping, right, from source system to target system. If my source system is XYZ and target system is Service Cloud, but my target system like having plenty of like 15 fields or 20 fields are there, I need to know which of the field I need to map to this source system to the target system, which of the value do I need to map and all the things, right? So guidance will be there. Like when you're doing the transformation on Oracle screen, there is some guidance will be there. This is again optional. So they mentioned that, but I I didn't receive any kind of guidance when recommended mapping and all the things. Okay. And more thing is like I have seen two or three integrations for Sales Cloud to Service Cloud. They have readily available what is that integration is there. So this is like some kind of like guidance out there, and even some kind of blocks will be there, they're given like in the what is that Oracle ATM links is also added in the Oracle documentation. So let's say if you wanted to integrate with the ERP thing, so they'll be having telling like about basic level of idea. What you need to do, like let's say you have to download the template from the Oracle site, and so and after that you need to proceed like this. So this is a basic kind of basic level of information, very basic level of information. So when coming to the error management, I don't know if you know like any programming language. I mean, if you refer any programming language, if when anything like if any error happen in the system, like when you are executing any program, let's say in the PLSQL program or whatever it is, like in Java, if you're talking about anything. So when anything like when any error happen, then automatically we need to handle that, right, in the PLSQL or some other XYZ technology, right? So in ICS also we have some such mechanism, global error handling and scope level of error handling. Okay, so using that, whenever any errors are there, then you can handle that, and you can fix that error. You can fix that error in the error handling. I mean, let's say some error is occurred, so what do you want to do with that particular error? So I wanted to send an email alert to some XYZ people, that you can do that. So otherwise I wanted to log this error message into the database, you can do that. So ideally, if you want to do anything, you can do particular error messages like based on the features available in ICS. Okay, and as I said, like it has beautiful screen to identify the particular. I mean, let's say I have built one integration, ERP integration. So this integration has failed. Okay, how do I know that particular error message? Just go to the monitor screen and check that particular error message. That kind of beauty is there, and it's kind of like. You can identify the particular error message, you can handle the error messages, or even you can ignore the error message also. Let's say I'm lazy, I just implemented one integration, so I mean I didn't handle anything. So then you will not know about the error message anything. If you handling anything, then only you will know, right? So otherwise so that's called, it has beautiful robust error mechanism is there. Okay, and the best in class cloud integration. So let's say I mean, the slides are, I mean, I already explained theoretically, but slides are coming little delayed, so that's okay. uh, it has like when you let's say if you wanted to connect to on-premise integrations. Okay, if you convert to on-premise integrations, you need to have an agent for on-premise integrations. Let's say I wanted to integrate with the Oracle, what's that? So the Oracle database, maybe it's Oracle database. So for that, agent is required. If some XYZ on-premise environment, if the adapter is there, then again you need to have like agent is required for on-premise. If it's for Oracle SaaS applications, we have adapters, readily available adapters are there. Okay, so just like using that particular adapter, you create a connection for that. Okay, and use it. That's it. And this Oracle ICS is like built on top of the OSB. Okay, you know, OSB is nothing but Oracle Service Bus. That was like I mean, that is a different kind of product. So what they're doing that, so they built this ICS functionality on top of OSB. So that's when you get any message, when you get any error message saying that, you can see that Oracle Service Bus related error messages. Okay, and design new integrations. What I told you, right? So we have readily available 50 plus adapters are there. So let's say I have new some XYZ cloud is there, but I don't have any connectivity. I don't have any readily available adapter is there. So how should I proceed? So they have given one documentation. It's kind of like, I mean, documentation is the Oracle documents readily available in the documentation. So using that, you may go and build your own customized adapter and contact Oracle to just like to integrate that particular adapter, if it's okay. That's the thing. And the monitor and manage, it's okay, you can see the flow of transactions on the monitor screen. So like let's say it has like schedulers are there, like I mean in ICS we have a scheduler concept is there. I mean I told you, right, why ICS is required, right? So we automate the integration flow. Okay, so let's say casework system to ERP. Whenever the casework system is sending the data, this data need to send directly into the Oracle Financial Cloud. Okay, everything is automated. So these kind of transactions are related transactions, everything you can see in the monitor screen. Okay, this one I'll cover later. So it's like what is why it's like what we can like Oracle ICS integration with HCM Cloud. So it has, what I'm trying to say that it has like beautiful feature is that integrate with employees data to HCM cloud. Let's say, I mean HCM cloud to service cloud. What I'm trying to say is like, let's say whenever an employee is hired or fired, whatever it is, updating any data, so this information need to send to some XYZ system like SAP Concur or SAP, I mean service cloud. This information need to integrate cloud to cloud, HCM cloud to SAP Concur, or maybe HCM cloud to service cloud. So you need to integrate, we can integrate using the readily available adapters. Okay, this is like I'll go in detail when when I'm trying to explain the actual part of flow. Okay, it's coming to the trial version. Uh, as of now, I mean, there are two versions are there. ICS is there, OIC is there. Okay, if you wanted to like subscribe, just go to this link and subscribe the trial version. Okay, you can do some practice and all the things in case if you don't have any access to the particular environment. Okay, so definitely will be you need an access. Even I need an access to explain. If I don't have an access, then the session will be the PPTs only, but I have already requested the trial version. Okay, so I'm expecting an approval from the Oracle soon, so to give the demo session. I mean if I have a trial version, if I have a trial version, I can give you demo like how can I read a message from the file, and how can use the SOAP adapters, how can use the REST adapter. So I can explain the better way. And maybe I can show you the data like how can I integrate those systems. I can show you that. Okay, but now but in case even if I have trial version also, but I cannot show you the flow like Oracle, how to integrate Oracle ERP. I can tell the how to integrate Oracle ERP or Oracle HCM, Oracle Service Cloud. I can tell that, but I cannot show as demo because I don't have any subscription for those environment. Even I don't have a configuration in the systems. Even if I have a subscription also, that's not gonna work it out because I need to have a subscription as well as configuration in that system, software as a service, SaaS products. Okay, so if you're talking about what is that SOAP UI, SOAP adapter, REST adapters, FTP file, I can tell because they don't need any configurations. If any web service is available, then I can show you the demo. Okay, if I have any trial version, then definitely I will be explaining the demo of that because the file will be really maintaining a, I mean, file-based services are really like very important, very major role. In ICS, it's playing very major role based on your requirement. So that's the thing. It's kind of I will explain tomorrow in case tomorrow. Rest of the sessions like connections, what is the connection, integrations, lookup, packages, JavaScript agents. I will explain in detail. So that's the way. I think you might be aware of it, how to subscribe the trial version, right? In case if you have an access to your environment, like in your company client environment, then you don't need to subscribe any trial version. Okay, I think I'm done today. So